Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to my video on how to be a support. I hope you guys had a great weekend like I did. So to start off, really, I am Thresh. This is a ranked game and I'm supporting, as you can see. So obviously as a support you are going to be taking care of your ADC. The support role is a very fun and important role in League of Legends. If you don't do good in support, you can't support your whole team, let alone your ADC. So it's very important to know what to do with your support, how to play them, know them very well, and also take care of your ADC. It's a very underrated role, I think. I mean, I enjoy playing it. It's very fun to play, and it's very underrated. I don't know why people don't like it. But pretty much you control the flow of the game and have a great deal of the map control. So you shouldn't be a support daydreaming in the bot lane. You have to be aware all the time. So I hope you guys liked the video. If you guys are having trouble finding your role in League of Legends, this could possibly be a role for you. Alright, so this game in particular, it got off to a really weird start. I did not expect their Olaf, their jungler, to come down. So they do end up going straight after Kate. They could have took me out no problem. If they all went after me, they could have took me out. But they were so focused on Kate, they were so blinded that I was sitting right there. So we do end up getting first blood actually, which is very important. So I keep Kate alive right there, and she just runs away, and I just stay in front of Draven so he can't get past me, and I can just still do damage to him. Amumu ends up coming down and ganking him, so I end up queuing him, and we end up getting the second kill, which Amumu does take the kill, which is fine. He's the jungler, he can carry as well. It was a very good gank for him, and it was a very good lead that we had in the lane. So as a support, I do not take minions at all. I do not take kills at all, unless if they tell me. You'll see later, if you can see the chat later, you'll see, oh, well, we end up, Kate ends up dying, and they end up walking away with like barely any health. That's because some ADCs like it when they have all the kills, and some ADCs don't really care. Kate in particular does not really care about kills, so if I would have known that, I would have took the kill on Leona, no problem. I would have went straight in. I did have enough health to get out, and I especially had my flash later. So I still could have got it. So I still protect Kate. That's my main job. Support is protecting your ADC. You want to go everywhere with her. You never want to leave her side, and that's what we do. We stay right next to each other, never overextend as well as a support champion. So I'm just going to start off, basically, supporting is so underrated. Oh, like, it's just unbelievable. I love playing support. It is very fun to play. And the reason why you support, if you haven't found your role in League of Legends, you would like to play support. The reason why is because you can carry your team as a support, not in the minions and kills perspective, but in the assist perspective. Basically, you just provide so much coverage, and you can change the game with one play. Whether it's a team fight, whether it's just taking care of your lane, it doesn't really matter. You can carry so hard as a support. You just got to know how to play the role in full detail. So first things first, always ward the river. I do end up warding the river a little later than I should. I don't really ward the river until like 2:30 because it gives me more ward coverage. Like I said, a jungler is not going to gank on the first level unless if you're really low in the lane and they ask for it. Otherwise, if you're a jungler playing ranked, you're not going to get a gank like first level unless if the enemy is really low or if you are really low. So you don't have to put a ward down immediately. So this means dragon should be warded all the time. I mean, not necessarily until like around level 8, level 9. People will start going for dragons, so that's where I'd go. Make sure you counter dragon wards with pink wards. So also, do not take free damage in the lane. Keep an eye on your positioning and make sure you are never in position to take damage. You always want to trade damage and never get hit without responding. So in this game in particular, I do not buy an Oracle. I should have, but I just kept going with wards, because wards are very important to me, and to my enemy, or to my team, and they help finding the enemy team. So pretty much, as a support, you stack gold. Since you won't be taking minions and kills in the lane, you will need a source in income. Now, in this game in particular, I start to go with a Talisman of Ascension, because that's what the support Thresh really goes with. I start with Ancient Coin, and then I usually get one stealth ward, and then 2 health pots to start the game. That's pretty decent. I get 2 wards off the start, and that gives me enough to ward the river with my stealth ward, and then ward one of the main bushes in the lane, I should say. Sorry about that. So basically, when you're being a support, you always want to run defensive runes and masteries. Now, if you're new to the game, you probably won't understand what runes and masteries yet. Well, I'll get that in a different video. For all the lanes, pretty much, and all the different champions that I will get to. So you want to always run defensive runes. That means just basically health regen and stuff like that. Gold regen is one of the big things, because you're not going to be getting any minions or any kills. So also, don't be afraid to take kills unless, like I said, if the ADC allows it, you can take a kill. You might as well secure the kill. They're not going to get upset that you took the kill, but it's always good to ask. I mean, you never want to be like, oh, well, you didn't say I couldn't take a kill or anything like that. Like, you don't want to be in a fight. You want to be, your best friend is your ADC, and the ADC best friend is your support. So only trade with the range carry. Try to avoid going commando in the enemy bot lane. Watch and protect your AD like a guardian. And engage when he does, and make sure he does not die. So I said this in my ADC video. You never, ever, ever want to die, like both of you die. So the enemy bot team in this lane dies a lot together. I mean, they did a very terrible job together. I don't know why. I don't know if they just didn't like each other or something. I know it is solo, so I mean, I'm not sure if they just didn't work well together, or if maybe they're not maining support or maining ADC. Now, in this case, Kate is a very good ADC, so I got very lucky to be matched with her. So it was very, very awesome, I guess, to be matched with her. So really, don't last hit unless your AD is at base. Now, that means farming. You never ever want to take minions, because that's basically their main level experience in tank. If you're sitting there, you'll get experience. So just let her farm it up. That's what the ADC does in the lane. She farms it up and you protect her. So that being said, never take minions from your ADC. They need the gold income, because they need the bloodthirsters, they need the infinity edges, they need their items. So I'm just going to go over this play really quick. I ended up staying way too long. It was a 2v1, but I ended up staying way too long. I took way too much damage. I tried to W for her to come in. He ends up ulting me, and I think Draven ends up getting away. That was completely my fault. I overextended and I stayed way too long. That is very important. As a support role, you always want to be with your ADC, like I said. I stayed way too long. I tried to bring her up, but I guess she didn't maybe not see my W. She was more focused on Draven. So that was just a basic bad play from my part that I made. I didn't really communicate with her at all. I just kind of threw my W out and I just took tons amount of damage. I mean, it doesn't change the game that I died once. But dying as a support, you'd rather want to die as a support. So I'm just gonna keep going through it. Time abilities, wards, and neutral monsters. Timing the cooldowns in League of Legends can give you a huge advantage, and not many people do it. And it really does make a difference. The reason why is you always want to time blues. You can take blues as a bot lane. I mean, I don't really mind it. It doesn't really change the game, but it can give you enough mana for your ADC to just do whatever she wants. And also timing abilities is very important. As you can see in the Thresh game, I timed my Q at the very beginning when we got the second kill on Draven when Amumu came in, and then that secured us the kill. That's what basically that means. And then wards. Wards is very important. I cannot stress this enough. Especially as a support. So I don't care who you are in this part. You could either be a beast supporter, you can be a newcoming supporter, or you can be a supporter that still is trying to figure out the supporting role. This part is generally speaking for any lane in League of Legends. I don't care if you support ADC, jungler, top lane, does not matter. It's going to happen to you. So really, things that supports have trouble with, which you really shouldn't be doing, is dying. You do not want to die too much. Supports tend to be really squishy, and this makes them easy targets and easy to die. Do not feed and win games. If you have trouble dying a lot, as supports really generally do, play tank supports like Taric, Alistar, and Leona. And then also the new support that they released is Braum, which is very tanky. He is just a straight tank and just soaks up damage. So really another important thing as a support is you do not want to rage as your team. This is a second most common mistake I see supports do, where they think that, like, whether you're an experienced or a B support, you should not be raging at your team. Whether it's your ADC support mid lane, or mid lane, not support, but ADC mid lane, top lane, does not matter. That's basically that. I mean, you just don't want to rage at your team. I mean, the stupidest reasons why people rage is like when an ADC misses a last hit. You shouldn't rage at your team for that. The mistakes are made, and you don't really see everything. And there's a lot happening in the bottom lane for a 2v2. It's very hard, especially if you're at a high elo, low elo. I don't care where you're at. People do struggle with this, and people do end up raging at their team. Now, in particular, I end up raging at my team for AFKs and trolls, and people who like to fuck around during really important games, I think, in my opinion. I mean, normals is not really important to me. Ranked is very important to me. I focus more on ranked games than I do with normals games. I do end up messing around in normals games because people don't take it as seriously as at level 30. So really, the third most common mistake that supports do throughout their laning phase, really any part in the game as a support, is you don't ward enough. Now in this game in particular, I get tons of wards. I end up getting Sightstone, and I end up getting the pink Sightstone, which is important. That gives me 4 wards, or 5 wards I think, all in one little item that I carry, and it gives me health as well. I also do end up getting a warding totem to give me an extra ward, and also stealth ward just in case, or that in case, a vision ward, which is the pink one that keeps it alive until enemies take it down. These are very good for warding dragon, and they are also good for warding the Baron. So that being said, you always want to ward as a support. That is not your main basic thing that you want to do as a support. You want to protect your AGC support. That's your main objective. Now, warding is very important, especially during the laning phase, because vision leads to map control, and map control leads to wins. Never underestimate the importance of wards, and always try to have a few in your inventory. Whether it's vision wards, whether it's stealth wards, I don't care. You want to have wards in your inventory, because then if you put them down, you have more control of the map, and then you end up coming out on top in the game. So I hope you guys liked the video. I hope you guys really did gain something from this. If you liked the video, please comment, rate, subscribe, and thanks for watching.